Like a burden you can't take away, it's with you every second of the day. No matter how much you try to convince yourself that you're okay, you can't help but think about it anyway. But you have to fight with the pain to see the better side of the rain. So that was a quick poem that I made about anxiety, and that is actually the topic of this video. If you're going through cancer treatment, then anxiety is inevitable. I had so much of it during my cancer treatment because you have so much uncertainty and so many scary things going on at the same time. It can just be so overwhelming. So I just want to give you guys some tips on how I dealt with my anxiety. I really hope this video helps you. Firstly, I want to tell you a little bit about my own experience with anxiety because I think that will just help us relate a bit on a bit more of a personal level. So my anxiety was over my feeding tube. I had no problems with my feeding tube, like getting it done and all that I was fine with. But then suddenly I just started really becoming very scared about it. I was really scared that I was going to drown because I thought my feeding tube would go into my lung. It was such an irrational and illogical thought, but it just built into like this massive anxiety and burden that I just couldn't sleep at night because I thought I was going to suffocate and die. It was so crazy, like it was so scary, and I had panic attacks daily because I literally thought my lungs were filling up with fluid. But I couldn't take the feeding tube away because otherwise I'd waste away because I had no appetite whatsoever. So it was really hard because it was like a love-hate relationship with my feeding tube, and it was just crazy how much anxiety just takes over. Literally every thought of every second would be, oh my god, is my breathing okay? I need to check my feeding tube to make sure it's in my stomach. It was so random, but it really spiraled and turned into this big thing and left me in fear every single day. And there was also, on top of that, the anxiety with the scans. I was really nervous that my cancer was going to come back. You know, it was just loads of things all piled on top of each other, and it just was crazy. And yeah, it was such a sad time. I just got depressed. I was really anxious all the time. Yeah, it was really not a nice time, and I just felt so isolated. But thankfully the doctors were really nice and got me a counsellor, and I also managed to beat my anxiety with my feeding tube. I'll tell you a little bit about that later in the video. My first thing that I want to say is that you're not alone. It may feel like you're so isolated, that you're the only one, and it's just, you know, no one can relate. But just remember that you've got people that want to help you. You've got your doctors, you've got your family and friends, and you know, there's loads of people that you can talk to and really vent off to, and also just people in your ward. I don't know if you have any friends that are like the similar age to you, but I think they really help because they really understand. I found that my cancer friends were the best to talk to because I could just say anything to them without them judging me because they know what it's like. But I also found that a counsellor is really good. I think if you talk to your doctor, then they'll definitely hook you up with a counsellor because they are amazing to talk to. That's one of the ways that I managed to get over my anxiety and my fears. I just bottled up all these anxieties and fears that I just couldn't, and I didn't want to tell my parents because they'd just be devastated with some of the stuff that I thought about. So it was really nice to talk to a counsellor so I could just really because I think it's horrible when you're it feels like you're just carrying around a burden all the time. So talking to a counsellor is really good because it helps take that burden away, and they can really help give you some good coping mechanisms, and I just thought they were great. My second tip is to face the fear. Obviously, I don't know, some anxieties you can't actually face the fear, but for me with my feeding tube, when my anxiety was at its worst, I used to get panic attacks about having my feeding tube and stuff. But there was this one time where I had 2 panic attacks and I just could not get the feeding tube down. But I said to my nurse, let's just try one more time, I can do it. And I did it, and ever since then I could sleep. I felt better because I faced the anxiety and I showed the anxiety who's boss. And I don't know why it really helped me, but I think it was just that psychological treatment for me, that I faced the fear. I didn't let it get me down. I still got the feeding tube despite having 2 panic attacks. You know, I felt empowered by that, and I felt really proud of myself, and I knew that I could beat this anxiety. So if it's applicable to face the fear, I think it really helps. You know, it is scary, very, very scary, but once you face that fear and you show anxiety who's boss, you kind of have power over it, which you didn't have before. My third tip is to have lots of distractions, so things that make you happy, people that make you happy. So one of my favourite things was to actually have visitors, because they really took my mind off things, and yeah, it was just really nice to hang out with them and go out and have lunch somewhere and go shopping. I thought it was really nice. I loved it so much, and I also loved having my friends around, because, you know, it was just that time where you could forget about things and that they'd make you feel a bit more normal, and you could just have a lot of fun. My friends used to come over and we used to watch movies, have pizza, and yeah, it was just the best times, because, you know, it just, even for a few hours, it was nice to get rid of that anxiety and put it to the side whilst you're focusing on you and your friends. Talk to your pets, because they always understand. Daisy, you're so cute, aren't you? Mwah. Kiss. Mwah. She's got a bit of a fear of heights, so this isn't good for her, but I found I talked to my little doggy, and I think pets are just like the best therapy. They are so cute. And my cats, I love my cats. They are the best. My last tip is to have self-confidence and self-belief. So your confidence can really be knocked down during cancer treatment, because your hair goes, your identity is faded away. You know, it is really hard, but I think it is super important that you believe in yourself and you constantly tell yourself that you can fight this cancer, that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Just strive for that moment when treatment's over and you can start living again. I think that's just super important, to have your goals, your aims, and just that self-confidence in yourself that you can do this, because if you don't have confidence in yourself, then why should anyone else, you know? So just take it from me that you're an inspiration, that you're super strong, and that you can beat this cancer. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe and give a like, and I will definitely do some more of these videos, because I love giving you guys advice and inspiration. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day.